This episode is powered by Shocks, the world-leading pioneer in open-ear headphones. Big news, the Shocks Christmas sale is here with up to 32% off site-wide. Go check it out via the link in our show notes and use the code IRP15 for your exclusive listener discount.
Being a skin can bring you so much pain. Now I hear you say you got the best of both ways. Won't you come and take a walk in my shoes and tell me if you take my place? Under cover of my skin, I've heard all your names. If it's all the same.
Welcome to episode number 424 of the Inside Running Podcast. A massive thank you for being with us for another week of the show. Big one for you, Zatopek. We're going to be recapping the Australian 10,000 metre championships that happened on Saturday night down in Melbourne. Got the World Cross Country team that's been announced. Fast Mile over in Honolulu. Interesting race there. European Cross Country, Grand Slam track, and some doping news as well. My co-host is up in Canberra, 217 marathoner, just telling me he's a bit tired. How are you, Croaks?
Yeah, Brady, a bit tired. Had a couple of late nights recently. Zatopek. I can tell you what, I did not expect Zatopek to be as late. I thought to myself, oh yeah, this would be good. I'll be watching Zatopek while I'm having my Saturday night pizza. And then I looked and I'm like, shit, it's like 9:30, which that's when it used to be. Like I remember the years that I ran Zatopek, it was super late to the point that you finish the race, you cool down, you're struggling to find anywhere to eat because everything's closed. So I don't know why they've gone back to making it so late.
We'll get to that in the Zatopek recap. Croaks, how are the co-host? As a father of three, welcome to you, Julian Spence.
Thanks. Yeah, just hearing Croaks having a rough go of it. Late night
Had
on
to go to
Saturday
bed at
night.
10 past 10.
Real tired, our old uncle, mate.
Coming from so Moose has had twins now, so it's the hardest life in the world. But he's trained more in the last couple of weeks since having twins than he has before twins. He's on a little training camp.
That's just motivation, mate. I'm just motivated now.
Doubles every day.
I'm just motivated to get out of the house.
Thought twin life was tough.
Well, twin life has not been real twin life until yesterday at about lunchtime when we brought them back to the house. And it's a little harder to get out now. And the sleep is going to be a little more deprived after last night when I got on the actual routine of 3-hour feeds, which consists of waking up, checking, changing nappies, preparing formula bottles, also like the actual breastfeed. We top them up with formula, then burping. So like a 3-hour feed. So our alarms are set. We do 8:30, 11:30, 2:30, 5:30. But that's off the start of the feed. And the feeds and that takes about an hour. So you really have a 2-hour block where you're trying to sleep. And inevitably you're not falling asleep immediately after putting them down. So you're looking at like an hour 45 per sleep block. And when you have a 4-year-old that also wakes up in the middle of that sleep block, that's just a real kick in the guts. So that was our first night last night. And I thought I was okay. I woke up, still adrenaline going, I think. But I've kind of hit the wall now after day one. And I don't know what it's going to be like after 3 weeks. But I'm still here now with double run today.
What about today, Croaks? He sent us a message. It just said, I think I might be in trouble here, boys. And I thought he was referring to recording tonight. So I was like, all good, mate. We'll find someone to fill in for you tonight. He's replied, nah, I just mean in general. I'll be fine for the podcast tonight.
Yeah, it's a long
hit home.
It's a long time. Double kids they're just a bit easier with two people around. Like you've got one baby, it's pretty easy, like a breastfeed into a burp into a put down. The second one just throws a spanner in the works. And it just means that you kind of like, I can't get away with not waking up because with Pia, Bree would wake up, breastfeed, put her down. I didn't really need to do anything, but I actually need to do a lot of things at the moment.
It's going to be an
So
interesting watch here, Croaks.
I reckon it will. I love it. I've got to say that.
You're 24 hours into it. You
I
love it
know,
24
but this,
hours into
like,
it.
you don't know what it's like until it hits you.
True.
We've spent like 8 months wondering what it will be like, and we just had our first 24-hour block, and I'm like, whoa, this is good. I mean, I'm off work, so I'm not complaining too much. But once I start working again, things will change.
I reckon you need to be careful with your training over this period. Like, because you can go out and still get the sessions done, but if you factor in, like just extra stress, not sleeping as much, like that could actually lead to some injuries.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a period where you go, hey, like if I can just go and jog every day, it's a win until things settle down.
Yeah, the first, like Zatopek, I went there, and and I went with Ali, so I'm waiting like after the men's race. I'm like, you beauty, let's get out of here. And Ali's waiting around for the fucking Victorian Championship presentation, and just like, let's get this show on the road here. And then after that, we need to eat, so we're fucking going through CBD Macca's at 12 p.m. at night. And then we have to drive back. So I'm not getting in bed until 1 p.m. and then I have to get up at 6 for a long run. And I tried that, and an hour in, I thought, I'm all right here. And then 45 minutes later, I'm like, I am not all right at all. I got to get home quickly. Like, I'm cooked. And then last night was like super average sleep. And yeah, got it done, but it's not feeling good. And you're right, sleep is like, everyone says sleep is where the adaptions happen. And if you're not, you can do all the work, but if you're not resting, then nothing's changing. So that's what I got to be careful of. Like you said, great uncle advice again.
You're welcome.
It's got all the good advice. Let's go through your running week then, Moose. Let's start at the Monday through to the Sunday.
Monday to Sunday, yeah. Well, it was a decent week for me. Got 120K in, and I actually really...
Biggest week of the year, just about.
I felt pretty good. I mean, the kids I was in a routine. I mean, I get up and go running, and then we're coming home from the hospital, and there's a bit of time before dinner, so I get out. I just did 7.5 in the morning on Monday, and then the next day did 13.5, just on an hour loop around where I am. Then I drove into the track on Wednesday morning, and I did a workout with Will Newton, who I coach, who we ran very close to each other in the 5K a couple of weeks ago. And we did 18 laps of 400 on, 400 float. This workout, I've talked about it on the podcast before, but I remember at St. Moritz watching a group of ladies do this workout. It was a workout that was part of the like Nick Badeau's training programs for athletes that were going into 10K races. So it was like a 10K specific workout. Well, that's what it was for, but you could probably do this for a lot of, like, be good for a lot of longer distance races. But they did 25 laps of 400 on, 400 float. And now that I think back, it was a pretty incredible session to watch. You had Sinead Diver, Ali Pashley, Susan Crummins, Camille Buscombe, Andrea Sekafine. Who else is there? That could be it. But 5 of the 10,000 meter finalists at the Doha World Championships in the one workout, and the only one. So it was it was Ali and Sinead that got through the workout fully, and Sinead was up the track a little bit by the end. I think they were running 74s, 84s off the top of my head. That's at altitude. It was pretty difficult. I mean, Susan Crummins, who finished top 10 in that race, she bailed out of it at a certain point and then got back in later. Andrea Sekafine, who ended up making the final of the 5K, she pulled out at one point and then jumped back in, and Camille as well, like who finished in front of them. It was impressive to watch. So I did this with Will. We were going slower than that, what they did. We were sort of in between like 73 and 76 for the ons, and the offs were 82 to 86, mainly around 84. It was really quite comfortable for me. We got to about, and for Will actually, we got to about 2 laps to go, and my hammy just really tightened up on me. So I stopped, but I told him to just do 2 more laps. So he did 20 laps, and I was just worried about this hamstring getting worse. So I pulled out and then jogged the cool down and didn't really feel it again. I think it's a like a neural. But yeah, that gave me a lot of confidence that I'm on the right path.
Good session. I like it because, like, if you're not super fit, you can just back off the 400 floats, give yourself a bit more recovery, and just focus on good form for the 400 on.
It's pretty difficult to know how it's going to go to, like prescribing paces for this. It's tough to know what's going to feel fast or are the offs going to feel too slow, and are they too close together? And in the end, we were like, oh, this workout's been prescribed a bit too easy, so we'll make it a little harder. We just pushed a couple of seconds harder each rep, and then we also added 2 laps on. But yeah, it's a great workout. I love it, and I think it, like, if you make it 10K, not a lot of workouts out there that could give you the same sort of feel as a 10K, especially a sort of surgy one. So not everyone's getting ready for championship racing. In fact, very few people actually do, but it's still good. So yeah, just got out the next day for a double. I got out that night for a double actually. Then ran with a couple of guys in Anglesea the next morning, 5:20. Pretty early start this, an hour, just through the bush. Makes it go pretty quick. Double that night, jogging 5.5K or something. Next day, again, just an hour in the morning. And then I did a workout on Saturday morning, fairly early. I did 6 by 6 minutes at threshold with a minute to a minute 15 recoveries. This workout was fine as well. It's not a flat track. It wasn't hot or anything. It was pretty good conditions in that regard. I just did 6 minutes. So 6 minute blocks. First one is like a warm up. The heart rate average was 146, so it was really low. 328 pace, and then 321, 324, 316, 321, 325, depending on the terrain, like the elevation gain during the rep. But I thought, oh, that's pretty good. I don't reckon I've done a freshie like that for a while, especially solo at 6:30 in the morning over some hills. And then next morning, ran early, went to Zatopek that night, then ran early with Ash Hoffman. He was in town, so we left at 6 and then jogged out to meet the group that was starting at the chocolate factory at 7:30. And then we just ran back to my house for 2 hours, which was 26.76K, 500 meters of climbing. Yeah, so pretty good week. What I found, though, was I was running easy during this week, and my heart rate was considerably lower than what it's been in the past. And that gives me confidence. Like, the foundation is kicking in. It's not like a 4-week foundation. It's like, if I count it now, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 to 12 weeks. And if you ask me that how long it would be to get a good little foundation of training, that's probably what I would tell someone, 10 to 12 weeks. Anything before that, it's a bit superficial. But after that 10-week mark, there's some stuff that's sticking around, and that's probably where I'm at now.
One of my old coaches used to say 10 2-hour long runs you need, and you'll be going all right.
Well, there you go. Because the one thing that I've kept up is the long run. Even building back, the long run was fairly far each time, and then I'm just adding some doubles here and there. Nothing crazy either, and sessions, just keeping it pretty simple.
What coach was that, Croaks?
Ken Green.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about him over in Singapore last week. Remember, like, Ben Moreau?
Yeah, yep.
I think he lives in Singapore now, and one of the boys was talking about him, how he used to train with Ken Green.
Yep.
It's a strong group, that, wasn't it, then?
Yeah, so
Brad Milosevic.
Yeah, so those guys were there just as I was leaving Sydney to move to Canberra.
You got kicked out of the group, though, didn't you? You burned some bridges. That's not what I heard.
I moved to Canberra.
Whose girlfriend did you sleep with?
Not what I heard.
None.
Move on quickly, Craig. Your week. Some stories there.
Anyway. All right. So Monday kicked off with a 50-minute run, and I did heel strides. And so for the run, I'm like, what shoe am I going to wear that I don't have to change, but I'm going to feel like pretty good doing heel strides? And I thought, I'll give the Puma Velocity Nitro a go. And I thought, it's a pretty lightweight shoe. It seems like low profile compared to all the shoes that I've been in recently. So I thought, I could be in a bit of trouble here. I could feel like everything underneath my feet. But around the trails on Mulligans, it was a brilliant shoe. I really enjoyed it. So did that Monday morning, and then that afternoon did 70 minutes on the bike. Tuesday morning, did a treadmill session. So I did 2K to start off with at like 17K an hour or 3:30s. And then I did 8 by 3 minutes. And so it was 1 minute recovery between everything. So for the 3-minute reps, I did one at, would have been 3:26s, 6 reps at 3:20, and one at 3:15s. And that felt really good. I actually enjoyed doing haven't really done it before where I do like just a longer sort of 2K rep that's comfortable. It's almost like an extended warm-up for me, so that then when I felt probably much better doing the 3-minute reps than I would have if I just started the session with 3-minute reps. So I think I might continue to incorporate that into some of my sessions. Did gym that afternoon.
Hold up.
What?
You've broken Strava here and you're just skipping over it.
What about the video?
The video posted here, and it's one of the better videos I've ever seen in my life.
We haven't had one of these for a while, have we, Moose?
So Viv took 2 videos, and that one was the more family-friendly one that I posted.
So for listeners that aren't on Strava, shirts off, half tights, back in the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Canyon half tight, Moose. Is that what it is?
It's the extra small edition too.
Very, very
These are bum huggers.
Very tight.
This is what most of the girls in the 10K on Saturday night were wearing.
Yeah. You could probably nearly call them briefs. Maybe not half tights.
Pretty close to brief.
Maybe a bit of baby oil. It's hard to confirm that, but there's definitely a shine.
Sweat. Just sweat.
Yeah. But Viv's done the full 180-degree pan as well. So
angles have been worked here.
Yeah.
Viv knows what she's doing. But you can't just put this stuff up though, Croaks. Like,
why?
It's got to have
training.
You know when you're on social media and it's like sensitive content warning, and then you click on it because you know what you're getting into. Like I'm scrolling through. I'm carrying a couple of extra kilos at the moment. Really unfit. Like you should have a choice if you want to look at this or not, because you feel bad about yourself when you see this up there.
They call this a thirst trap, Brady.
I know.
I had to Google
That's exactly what my comment was. So we've been here before.
Nothing inappropriate there. Like it's just top shirt off.
You know you're going well though, don't you? Like you wouldn't have posted this if you didn't know you were going well.
Well, I don't know if I'm going that well. Like I ran a 3-minute rep at 3:15. That video there was I'd say would have been the 3:20 kilometer reps.
Your private comment to us was something like looking good for a 45-year-old, aren't I, boys? Or something like that. You know you're going well.
I want to be there when he calls Viv from the kitchen. Viv,
Get out of here, Viv.
And I think she just come back from dropping the kids at school.
This is what you said last time.
Yeah. Oi, Viv, just grab my phone, would you?
Uh,
Just to do a bit of a landscape shot from the back. I'll make sure I'm doing my best example of form. Yeah, this is going to go well. I can imagine this. I'm going to.
I tell you, who's doing all right. Viv's doing all right, isn't she?
Half tights with no shirt on, Moose. Where are you at with that?
No,
Very
I'm fine
revealing.
with that. I'm fine with that.
Are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nah, I like having a bit of comfort of the singlet hanging down over my crotch area.
Brady's the shorts over the bike pants.
Yeah.
No, well, you know they call me Big Brady up here in Jukamalama, so I've got to get a bit of singlet going down there.
That's the old footy player look. The old rugby players used to have the tights underneath and then the footy shorts over the top.
I just don't think people are signing up for that.
Do you know there was a bloke in the Melbourne Marathon who rolled that, and he was in one of the second groups on the day. He ended up running 2:22 or something.
I remember seeing him, yeah.
And I thought this guy is in the wrong group.
Hey, I'm excited to tell you about our partner for this week. It is Saily. Saily's an app that's always on my phone, and it's a game changer for staying connected when you travel. It's an eSIM service app that lets you choose from a huge range of affordable data plans in over 190 countries and 8 regions. Think about it. You land in a new city and boom, you've got data. No more scrambling. If you're heading overseas for your next marathon or even a holiday, running is a fantastic way to experience the world. But here's a question for you. How often has travel planning been a hassle, especially staying connected once you land? I know I've been there, desperately searching for a Wi-Fi connection, getting stung by crazy roaming charges, or wasting time hunting down a local SIM card. Enter the world of eSIM and Saily has you covered. You download the app once and then you're set. No more swapping SIMs for every country. Plus, the plans are super affordable, which is crucial when you're saving up for those race entry fees and flights. And for those of you planning a multi-country trip like a European marathon tour, Saily offers global and regional plans too. Imagine this, you're in a new city, using Saily to load your Strava heat maps, you need to find the best post-run coffee, and more importantly, stay connected to upload your latest run. Saily also helps you avoid scams and even has security features to protect your privacy while you're browsing. It's compatible with both iOS and Android phones, and their support team is there for you 24/7 if you need them. So here's the deal. We have teamed up with Saily at the Inside Running Podcast to offer you an exclusive 15% off discount on Saily data plans. I used this last week when I was in Singapore, and this discount definitely works. You use the code Inside Running at checkout to get started. You download the Saily app or visit saily.com and check out the link in our social media bio. So when you're traveling next, ditch the roaming headaches and give Saily a try. You won't regret it.
Anyway, I did gym that afternoon, and this is when the week sort of, I thought, was going a bit pear-shaped. So got home from the gym, actually went to the track and coached, and then came home. And I was like, my shin area is just a bit niggly, I'd say, just at rest. But I had no pain running whatsoever. And then it made me remember that when I had the scan on my bad calf, my good leg came back with grade 2 medial tibial stress syndrome. And that's probably a 3-4 week off running to get it from grade 2 to heal. And I never took 4 weeks off. I pretty much, slowly built my running back up to the point that I could, once my calf was okay, just slowly built the volume, because I've never had an issue with bone stress in my life. So that worried me a little bit. So I woke up on Wednesday and I'm like, you know what, I won't run today. I'll just, even though there's no pain pushing on anywhere along the bone, no pain hopping, it's just more at rest. So I just rode the bike for 90 minutes on Wednesday. Then Thursday, I'm like, well, I haven't had any issues while I've been running, so I will go and test it. But obviously, if it's no good, I'll pull the pin. Ran 10K, it was completely fine. No pain running whatsoever. Jumped on the bike that afternoon for about an hour. And then on Friday, I did another session. I was a little bit under the weather. We've had a bit of sickness through the house the last 2 weeks, and I wasn't feeling amazing. But I did another session on the treadmill, and it was just 9K straight tempo at 17k an hour, so like 332s, and once again, like no symptoms of no pain while I was running at all. So I'm like, okay, well, this is promising. Still, maybe some awareness like at night when I'm in bed, and it sort of just moves around. Sometimes it's like lateral, more like sort of like tib ant sort of area, and then sometimes it's more like medial. Sometimes it's up high, sometimes it's down low. So there's not like a certain point that's sore.
You know that's bad though, Croaks. Nighttime and moves
Yeah,
around, both bad for stress.
yeah, I know. And so then Saturday ran an hour. Once again, completely fine. And then yesterday I did 2 hours, 27.5K, 421. So I did make a conscious effort just to slow things down compared to the week before. So it was a week of 100K with a day off. But since then, it's still this like ongoing just pain. It's not significant pain, but just awareness at rest. So sort of like and I didn't run today. I just rode the bike. So I'm sort of at the point now where like we're going camping on Saturday for 10 days out near Dubbo.
10 days camping.
Something like that. Well, at least a week, yeah. Like we're going to this like no power. So I'm off no show for me next week, boys. There's no power where we're going, no powered sites. It's just a free campsite. So I think what I'm going to do is just dial back the length of my runs and the intensity of my runs this week. Just do a couple of bike sessions and just go out for like 30-minute runs and just see what happens. Because as I said, like nowhere along my shin actually hurts to touch, to push. Nothing hurts to hop, nothing hurts to run. And I'll just play it by ear over the next couple of weeks.
We can't end the year with you having a bone stress injury.
Like I've been a bit down, to be honest. Like I know there's a lot more worse shit going on in the world, but it's just fucking frustrating. I've never had a bone injury in my life, and haven't even run that many Ks really. But the fact that I probably started back running with some bone, and I can't even understand how I had grade 2 bone stress when I had that scan. I hadn't run for a month before that.
Yeah, the bone. So I've
Takes a
found
while
that
to show though, doesn't it?
with an athlete. That's right. So I've had an athlete now 2 times in a row. Like when she's had an injury, she's very quick to get a scan, which is what I mean. I'm all for that as well. We want to know what's going on, and nothing shows up. And she's been encouraged by sports practitioners to continue running because the scan shows very little. And then a follow-up scan in like 4 weeks shows just like distinct bone stress because it's just a bit delayed in showing up. And now we've just decided as a plan, run or like treat the actual symptoms, not the scan.
Yeah.
And respond to the symptoms. Don't worry about what the scan says at that time. If you're sore, you're fucking sore.
Yeah. I spoke to someone today, like Jimmy Barker, about it. And he's like, well, like if you have like a bad stress reaction or a stress fracture, like you'll feel it. Like you won't be able to run pain free. And like I ran 2 hours yesterday, and there was not one point in that 2 hours where I went, shit, I'm in trouble here. It's just when I'm not running that I have some awareness.
So you don't feel like you're covering the ground differently at all?
No, not at all. So I think I'm probably running 2 hours. Like how I'm feeling in between runs is probably a bit reckless now. But I think if I can just do 30-minute runs, it might actually help it just settle or not make it any worse. And then decide when get back from camping and stuff whether to go and get another scan.
Have you got all the that's a good plan. Just back on the camping stuff. Like have you got all the camping gear to be able to survive 10 days in the wild?
So we're going with Viv's parents. They got a pretty nice caravan where they can go like off grid, and we've got a camper trailer. I think we've got like I don't know, you can buy like these solar panel things for some sort of power, but I don't know. It'll be a different experience. We're going to be there Christmas Day.
When did
I'm
you
a
get a
bit
camper trailer?
I'm a bit concerned about him, Moose, going out into the wild.
Well,
For
no,
10
mate.
days.
Didn't you just hear him? Apparently, you can buy these solar things.
Yeah, I saw his arms trying to like mimic what they are, like he's never heard of them before.
He'll be fine. Apparently, you can buy these solar things, mate.
I'll be learning a lot. I haven't done a lot of camping in my life, and so Viv's done a fair bit with her parents. So yeah, I'll be along for the ride.
Whose camper trailer is it?
Oh, we got like a little one. Like it's it's not a fancy one.
Have you used it?
Not this one. No, we had we had another smaller one that we went camping earlier in the year. So
When did you buy this, Grgec? You know, I've got a segment purchase of the week. Could have brought it up.
Yeah, I don't know, like 3-4 months ago.
Okay.
You set it up yet? You practiced?
Viv has.
He might not come back, but
it's out at her parents' place.
This is like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation right here. I wish there was out someone filming Crows through this
docu-series. Set up the live stream that you used for the World Cross Country Trials.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, it's sort of I don't know how I feel about things because I've really been enjoying my running the last 3-4 weeks. Not so much like I don't even care about the sessions and that sort of thing. I just have enjoyed just the process of just going out and running and, you know, not having had bone stress before and knowing that if you do end up with like pretty bad bone stress, it's like, you know, it's not take a week off and you're back. It's a pain in the ass to rebuild. And there's the first part of 2026 gone. So the only positive, I suppose, is that everything that I've done from a running point of view, I've had no symptoms while I've been running.
Yeah,
which means
this could go either way at this stage.
Which means it can't be terrible if I've run for 2 hours yesterday and I haven't really had an issue with it.
And if you feel like you're covering the ground the same as you always do. Like I remember saying to you boys, I don't know what this hip thing is, but I reckon I could run a marathon on it. But I knew the way I was doing workouts on it, but I knew something was up in my head the way I was covering the ground.
Yeah, no, I felt great yesterday. So anyway, watch this space.
Yeah, well, talking about Croaks out, it's not just a couple of weeks. I am now into week 6 of Return to Run. This week's goals were to introduce strides and also tick off a 60-minute continuous run. So I did both those things. Monday was 30 minutes and the strides. Got in that Mizuno shoe. That's a good shoe for strides. And I've just been in the most basic jogging shoes for the last 6 weeks. So to get in that for some strides felt amazing. It was the first time I've ran like faster than like 4:30 pace for 12 weeks. And boy, did it feel good. Bit of a tailwind. I was fanging it too. Like, it wasn't like, you know, ease into some 3-minute 30 strides. I think I was back down to like 250k pace. Just doing it like I always do them. Tuesday was 40 minutes at 4:55 pace in that Puma shoe as well, Croaks. That's probably been my favourite shoe of the Return to Run rotation because I've taken out all the sexy shoes.
Don't you have different ones?
Do I?
What do you
No, I've got the same one as Croaks. Put the photo up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that purpley one. Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's that one.
I thought you had different shoes.
No, I think it's the same one. I
Mine's
just didn't get
the Velocity
box.
Nitro for Say Sky.
Yeah, that one.
You didn't have a Forever? Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know.
No, Brady got the Forever. I thought you got the Forever.
No,
one.
I've got exactly the same one as Croaks put that photo on his Strava.
Yeah, I don't know. I reckon we had this chat.
Yeah, I feel like we have as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever it is, it's a really good shoe. Wednesday, 1 hour on the elliptical. Noticing my heart rate's coming down on the elliptical now that I'm doing more running. So I averaged like 124 beats for this hour. What did I watch there? Oh, no, I downloaded the wrong episode of the things. They've cut the Wi-Fi at the gym. I don't know if that's because I was just like logging onto it every single time I went there, but I have to pre-download stuff before I go. And I went to watch an episode of Stranger Things, but accidentally downloaded season 1 instead of season 4 or 5 or whatever it's up to at the moment. So being on the elliptical with nothing to watch, boys, not much fun at all. That was a long hour.
Some people watching in the gym gets a bit weird. Like a lot of the cardio machines face towards like the main part of the gym. And if you've got nothing to watch, you're just staring at people.
Well, they've also moved the elliptical, like since I've been on it, probably 2 weeks ago, got moved from the middle of the gym to like in the corner against the wall.
Staring at the wall.
Staring at the wall now.
Ooh, yeah.
Also, I'm not sure if that's because I've been spending so many hours on it that it's been moved, but yeah, that was a tough hour. Thursday morning, I was tired. We had our school graduation on Wednesday night. You know what that's like, Croaks, just a couple of extra overtime hours. I think I got home at about 10 p.m, did 40 minutes, 4:54 pace Thursday morning. Friday was good. Had Australia's #1 trail runner in town, boys. Friend of the show, Nathan Pearce.
I thought you were going to say Michael Kernahan.
Yeah.
Nah, well, he said to me, because he goes, you always say I'm the #1 trail runner, and people get a bit annoyed at that in the trail running scene, but now he's officially the #1 trail runner, I think, from the recent world champs. So it's like, you can go with it now. So I just got
He told you that, did he?
Just got that confirmed. Now, I have no business. I run 50 minutes at 4:18 pace, keeping up with him. But when the #1 man's in town, you gotta stay next to him for the 50 minutes. Heart rate average 152. I was pretty much doing a threshold for the last 20 minutes here. And he's not happy with you, Croaks. Talking about people who are not happy with Croaks, Moose. Nathan Pearce.
Why is that?
Croaks murdered the description of the world trail running champs a couple of episodes ago.
Should be happy that trail running even got a mention, because if he's that upset, it won't happen again. I won't make that mistake twice. Just won't get a mention next time.
Didn't give it enough respect. So I'm going to appoint Nath, the official correspondent. Any trail running news, I've given him your phone number. He's going to directly contact you. Anything he needs mentioned about trail running in the future. But it was good to see him. But yeah, I shouldn't be running. I have no business, as I said, running 4:18 pace.
What's your heart rate?
Yeah, 154. Or no, 152 average.
It's not too bad.
That's my threshold is 160. And I probably spent the last 20 minutes at 160.
Yeah. You could do worse.
I know. Saturday was 1 hour elliptical again. Watched some Stranger Things. Not the best stuff to view on an elliptical, Stranger Things, but Carly's a couple of episodes ahead of me and I had to catch up. Sunday, this was the one, boys, 60 minutes, 4:49 pace. We're back. Got an hour. Pretty hot. It's going to be a long road back though. You know, last year I did that summer of Malmo. This year it's going to be like the summer of like 4:50 to 5 minute Ks. That's got to, because I'm not even looking at pace. And when I get home, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe that was 4:30s. And it's like 4:55, 4:50s. Like, yeah.
Just be grateful, Brady.
I am.
You're pain free.
I do not care.
No niggles.
Yeah. I'm just like, and it's just minutes. I can run 60 minutes pain free. And if that says 4:20, 4:50, 5 minutes, whatever, I've checked the ego. And just, I'm running every single day this coming week though. So looking forward to that. And that was a week of 47 Ks. We're back.
47. It feels
Good
like
week.
a lot, doesn't it? When you're not doing much, 47 feels like a fair bit.
Yeah, well, when I went through all that and it was only 47 Ks, like back when I'm training, some Sundays I nearly get to 47 Ks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's that. Let's thank some Patreon supporters. Croaks, you want to kick things off?
Yeah, I got Lachlan Mulhern. Lachlan lives in Sydney, and according to Strava, his best 10K came during this year's City to Surf. He ran 57 minutes for that hilly 14K course. He ran 97 minutes at last year's Hoka Runaway Sydney Half and 3:27 at this year's Sydney Marathon. He only follows 27 people on Strava, boys, and we all made the cut along with Reece Edwards. Nothing on Strava since the end of October, so that's a bit worrying. And I think he's a project manager / environmental consultant at Environmental Group Australia after completing a Bachelor's of Science in Zoology and a Master's of Environmental Science and Law.
Wow.
Smart guy. Do you want to put a bet on that this guy's got a stress injury? Can you write in for me, Lachlan? I'm just seeing so many stress injuries. Maybe Croak's got one as well. My anecdotal research at the moment, just making a list of all the people I know with stress injuries. I bet you Lockie's got one.
Jimmy Barker was saying the same thing this morning because he's been around like soft tissue therapy for years. And he said, I have never seen so many people with stress fractures now. Like he's putting part of it down to the shoes. Like, I don't know in what regard. Like I know that the theory is that the plated shoes are causing a lot more of the upper limb stresses, but like tibia is obviously like lower limb. I don't know. Is it the foam in the shoes allowing people to sort of I don't know, like run different because it's like such a fun shoe and you're getting so much pop. You're changing your mechanics. I don't know.
There was a study that actually got published that backs this theory up, but it's more about the placement of where the injury is up higher, like sacral, femoral stress stuff, than down lower. That was like the takeaway, I think, rather than bone stress versus soft tissue. But
Because the thing is, like, I notice at the moment, like, the way that I feel like I'm covering the ground is like amazing, which you start to think to yourself, oh, if I feel like I'm covering the ground well, mechanically, like, should potentially be less chance of getting a stressy. But are the shoes the reason why I'm covering the ground so well and it's causing extra forces to be put? Like, and look, I'm not doing a heap in plated shoes. I do, out of the 100K last week, I did 18K. It's just the two 9K sessions.
But this is the same. We had this conversation last week. Like, the shoes might be better for your running economy, so your heart rate's lower, but the mechanical stress is just as high, and so you're accumulating that.
Yeah.
We also have this new wave of people that run now that never used to run, and they've come straight into like the thick of running training, and maybe maybe they get more bone stress than they do soft tissue or tendinopathy. Like the new runner doesn't go through this conditioning like entry to running like a lot of old school runners might have. Maybe they're just straight in, and that's why it's happening. I
guess there's so many other factors as well. You know, like things like your calcium levels, your vitamin D impact bone health. Like,
that's what Paddy's got me on, this bone and muscle supplement, calcium and vitamin D. That one there, see that?
How's your weight gain going?
Yeah, getting up there. 61.6.
Congratulations.
Nearly put on 4 kilos.
Congrats.
And maybe that's why I'm running 4:55K pace for every run. Bit sloppy, Moose. Getting a bit sloppy.
Anyway, thanks, Lachlan. Hopefully you don't have bone stress.
Yeah, right in, Lockie. Hopefully you don't. Maybe she's got a new job or something. Who are you thinking, Moose?
It's been on a honeymoon. I got Jordan Edmonds from Geelong. He's coached by Michael at Run Rabbit, and according to Strava, his best times are 37:32 from this year's Lakeside 10, 88:32 from last year's Geelong half, and 3:10 at this year's Ballarat Marathon. According to LinkedIn, he's a Bachelor of Commerce graduate from Deakin and retail shift supervisor at Rebel Sport. He also doesn't mind some precision nutrition. I've found. I've just done a sneaky little look to see if he frequents our stores, and looks like he enjoys precision, boys, and I don't blame him.
He buys it off you.
Yeah. So thank you, Jordan. Thank you.
I got through a 90-gram pouch on Sunday. I forgot to mention.
Me too.
You boys need more than 90 if you're doing 2 hours.
I had another gel on top, and do we, Croaks?
Well, that's the other thing. It's like never had bone stress when I was running 180K a week, like not having any gels on a long run.
Every run fasted.
I feel like 90 over 2 hours.
90 is pretty good.
Is okay.
Especially when you consider you're probably not having the first lot to 30 minutes in. So you're essentially having 90 grams over that next 90 minutes.
If you've had a big dinner as well. Like you've had Macca's at 1 a.m. Moose.
Yeah, you've had your heart rate's pretty low on these runs. You're not working at marathon heart rate where you're chewing your glycogen down. Like you've got a fairly high percentage of fat.
You're burning.
Yeah, so.
I'm going to thank Geordie Bonnet. His Strava is locked down, but we believe he is from Europe. He possibly lives in Spain. Follows Moose, Chriso and Croaks, and according to his Strava bio, his PBs are 18:44 for 5K, 38:26 for 10K, 87:30 for the half marathon, and 2:59 for the marathon. You putting those notes in there because he doesn't follow me, Croaks.
Yeah, yep. Because his Strava's locked down, but it still tells you like the same people that you both follow. So I follow Moose and Chriso, and he follows me because it says he follows you, but there wasn't your name there, Brady.
It's got that 217 threshold again, Croaks.
It's another one. That's been like 2 in the last month, Brady.
To be fair, I would also have that as well. If I didn't know you, Brady, it would be 218. It'd be my limit.
Oh, well, I've got PBs quicker than you guys over 5K, 10K and half marathon.
But no
and surely Geordie wants to work on his 5K, 10K and half marathon and look through my Strava data. That person did write in a couple of weeks ago, Croaks, like sincerely apologising that he didn't follow me. Just like a slip of the... I was telling you guys off air before that I'm having some bad luck on the internet at the moment. A few DMs not reaching their destination, a few not coming back. So maybe there's been another bit of confusion.
That's an ego hit right there, Croaks.
Throughout the internet pipe.
He's not happy about this. He sent out a text of congratulations, and it went unread through to the keeper.
There's been an issue, boys.
Especially when you consider the three of us, Moose. He's the one that ruffles the least amount of feathers on this show.
Maybe I've started ruffling a few.
No, I think that's probably why. Like, how much can you eat vanilla ice cream, Croaks, before you want to try some flavour?
Yeah, I need a bit of ice magic on top.
You blokes are funny. Patreon is a good place to be. We thank our Patreon supporters every week, and the level of bonus content kicked off well on a Monday morning. The UK Monthly boys woke up to a message. Here's the episode. That's Dan Nash, Matthew Clowes, and Aaron Scott. Good Valencia recaps, some good gags in there. That was Monday morning. And now on air at exactly the same time as us tonight is the Road to Sydney crew. They're recording a monthly episode. And I know what you're thinking. How can Moose be in two places at once? Because he's on that show and this show. But he's been replaced on there by Ali Pashley. That's going to be a great listen because Ali and Nick have done so much stuff together in the past, and with Leanne. So 2 Zatopek races there. Nick Earl's in charge of hosting that one. So you'll also get that this week as well. So a lot happening on that extra elite level at patreon.com/Inside Running Podcast.
On that, we had our first week of the Patreon program. We call it the Shop Our Favourites. Very good uptake on that. And I was thinking, boys, most people are buying shoes. And so someone's gone and bought a $300 shoe. And if you're a patron, you get $30 off, right?
10%, isn't it?
So that's your Patreon fee, basically.
Oh, yeah. Just pays for that, doesn't it?
Bang. Done.
Get it back straight away.
Yeah. So that's a pretty good deal. I mean, if you're considering buying a shoe.
I don't know if you should have said that because people are just going to sign up, buy the shoe. You're going to get stitched up.
Yeah, but we're rewarding the Patreons, mate.
Yeah, I know.
And if someone wants to sign
Not a bad strategy, though.
I'm looking after you blokes here.
I know, it's good for us.
I'm expecting the kit back. Maybe even send me that slab you owe me, Brady.
I cleared that on the weekend.
We did clear it, yeah.
Cleared it. I'm debt-free from
slabs. What was that?
That was Lauren Ryan versus Leanne Pompeani.
Double or nothing.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Moose.
Well, Leanne owns me one then. I'll send her a message after this.
So both those websites, patreon.com/Inside Running Podcast for all the Patreon content. You can buy their individual episodes as well. So if it's we did a monthly episode with the Chriso and Toby last week as well. Chriso, you reckon Chriso being a bit soft on a few things there, Moose?
Oh, Chriso is engaged to someone on that show. I thought he was being a bit harsh on the athletes, actually.
There was a lot of questions trying to unpack the latest marathon results from Melbourne Track Club. A lot of our patrons pretty much, wrote questions regarding that. There were some very good questions. And, Chriso had a different opinion. But anyway, so that's there as well. And you can buy all episodes individually. And then the other side is InsideRunningPodcast.com/shop our favourites. There's a little dash in between shop and our favourites. Anyway, just go to InsideRunningPodcast.com and you'll find it. Running News is brought to you by Axel Coffee. They've just dropped their strawberry blend for the holidays. Think strawberry, sugar plum, dark chocolate and nutmeg. Perfect for your morning runs over the festive season. Check it out at axelcoffee.com.au.
Have you opened it? Yeah.
Nah, not yet. It's got an aroma about it though, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's real strong strawberry. I can smell the strawberry.
Yeah, I can smell it.
And taste the strawberry too. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna crack it open tomorrow. You'll be needing that, Moose, the next couple of weeks.
Will I ever?
Zatopek 10K happened on Saturday night. Moose was there. I've got the results in front of me, Moose, but I'll need to get some intel from you from what it was like on the ground. We'll do the women's race first because that happened first on the night. Lauren Ryan got the win, which, yes, got me out of slab debt, 30-06. Georgie Grgec was second, the New Zealander. Doesn't count for the Australian champs, but she was second across the line, 32-10. Leanne Pompeani, 32-13. Bronte Oates was the third Australian in 33-08. Ali Pashley did clear the top 5 line. She was fifth. These 5, I was very surprised how quick this race separated into 2. There were 5 main players. Everyone else was making up the number. Hardly saw them on the live stream because it just separated so quick. You could even see Ali look; she was fifth in the file, and you could see that she looked behind a couple of times just to be like, "Oh, if I drop off at this pace, there's no one here." And this was like a K into the race. Leanne went to the front with probably 15 laps to go, I think it was, and just picked it up. That's when Ali kind of started to drop off a bit, and the pack became 4.
And Bronte sort of
Bronte led up until then.
Didn't last much longer either.
Yeah.
Once Leanne went to the front.
Yeah, but it was Bronte and then Leanne until then, and then Leanne very slightly squeezed it over the final 7 laps. I was just sitting on my couch taking splits at home, and I just started doing the laps. She kind of went 78, 77, 76.8, 76.4, 75.3, 74.0. And then with 320 metres to go, Lauren Ryan hit the front and put in a massive move. So big of a move that from the 300-metre mark to the 200-metre mark, she'd established such a big gap that she could start celebrating 180 metres out, waving to the crowd to get up off your seats. I've won this race already. Peeled into the home straight and peeled out to lane 4 or 5 where the crowd was and high-fived everyone in the home straight there. Bit of a celebration over the finishing line. And boys, I clocked it. I think they said on the stream 66, but I've clocked it twice at 64 high to 64 mid. So she's a lot of carry on over the last lap, and she's ran a 64-second lap to destroy those ladies in the final lap there. And proof, she knows how to win track 10K races domestically here in Australia. It's her second win in 3 years.
Yeah. She looked the most comfortable of anybody over the men's and women's 10K for the entire race. There was some pretty grim faces or facial expressions coming around early on in the 10K, just knowing that you're working a little bit hard and it's going to be a very long night when you've got 17 laps left and you're already looking like that. But Lauren Ryan was sitting in that pack, smiling to the crowd. You could tell how easy it was because she continually was chopping her stride to slow down. Like her natural stride was faster than what she was running. And she was constantly half pushing people in the back and nearly tripping over Leanne in front of her. And you could pick the winner from 18 laps out. It wasn't difficult, I don't think, unless the other one, Georgie Grgec. Let me get that right. Georgie Grgec?
Yeah.
Georgie Grgec. We've copped a bit for that. But she moves as good as anyone in track and field.
I agree. Yeah, up and even just before Lauren went, you're like, well, I don't know, Georgie looked that good that maybe she could kick away here.
Yep.
But just on paper, you remember Lauren's run 30-35 and 14-40. That is just a different class to where Leanne is. Leanne's, I think she's run 15-19 for 5K. That's only 40 seconds over 5K.
Yeah. Yeah. And
rarely has a bad race, Lauren Ryan.
Yeah.
Rarely has a poor performance.
It's probably the easiest Zatopek win that I reckon I've ever seen. I don't think anyone's done it as easily as that. If the times when Pat Tiernan went to the front, they worked for it, from a long way out. Even some last lap sprinting, it was a very hard sprint at the end to get the win, whereas this wasn't. Like
It was almost like it was like a tempo, wasn't it, for her? Tempo with a bit of a kick down.
Into a
exactly.
celebration lap. I
And
still can't believe she ran 64 seconds with like that energy over the last 300
she could have
meters.
dropped another 64 after that.
Oh, she could have probably ran 62 if she didn't run out into lane 3. If
And
she went with 400 instead of 300.
Leanne did exactly what she needed to do.
Yeah, I know. There's
But
nothing else Leanne could have done.
She just needed to do it probably a bit harder, maybe to try to drop. But she, like, that's hard work. I mean,
You're not dropping a 30-30 lady though, are you?
Yeah,
that's why I was so confident in that bet. It's like I cannot see how she does not win this race. She can kick and she's the fittest.
Yeah. No, I was just supporting a teammate.
It was more not knowing what shape Lauren's in, like, because if she had basically shut everything down after World Champs and didn't train at all, then you're like, okay, then maybe she's not going. But then she probably wouldn't be on the start line.
She's not going to fly home from America if she's not fit.
Yeah. How about the high five? So I was standing next to
my mate,
one? KP, Kieran Payton.
Yeah.
Got a big high five at the end. He was reaching so far over and nearly fell over the line. He was pumped with that. You boys know Kieran.
Yeah.
We stayed together at Bathurst.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't see a happier man after that. Couldn't get the grin off his face.
He'd be in the DMs too afterwards, wouldn't he?
Oh, I don't know. Nah.
Did we clash eyes?
Hasn't washed his hands since.
Yeah, he may. Yeah, we'll leave it at that, Croaks. We'll leave it at that.
That was a dominant performance. Then the men's rolled on after that. Croaks, talk about late nights. I had a couple as well, and I was going to just watch this the next day. I was like, said to Carly, I'm going to bed after the women's race. Went up and locked up the house, still had the TV playing, come back into the lounge room on my way to go to bed, and men have just gone through the first lap, and they're all jogging. I'm like, cool, I'm going to bed. Next minute, Seth goes straight to the front and runs a 64. And I'm like, I've got to stay up and watch this. Seth to the front, gaps everyone initially. Jack and Stewy kind of caught napping. Stewy responds, gets onto the back of him over the next couple of laps, and then it's Stewy and Seth pretty much out in front. The gap just kept growing. Like I kind of had Jack as a second favourite in this race behind Seth, and was kind of surprised that he didn't bridge that gap and put himself into the race. Sam Clifford was in that chase pack, Zach Faccioni, Ollie Chignell Ed Marks, Ollie Chignell ended up dropping out in the race. And then these two boys just got further and further ahead to the point where our group chat was lighting up with this hope for Stewy. How good does Stewy look? Stewy looks amazing. This is the old Stewy. He's back
King's
again.
back.
Yeah. Seth looked like he was labouring, like working hard, which his kind of technique does look like he can do that, but he can hold it all day because he's tough as nails. And then just after just on 3K to go, so 7.5 laps, Stewy had this kind of grimace in his face and then just pretty much stopped.
One lap before that, actually. Lap before that, it slowed dramatically. So it was like Seth had sort of blown up. Because it was about 3 seconds. Well,
we didn't see this, Brady, on the stream because
the commentators spoke about it, but you couldn't see it.
Tried to go past, didn't he, Stewy?
So it looked like Stewy was like, okay, well, I guess it's my turn because we've just slowed a lot. I'll get around and pick it up. And Seth is like looked over at him as he came past and said, "No, that's not happening," and just surged hard to kind of stop him from passing. And in retrospect, it was a brilliant sort of tactic because it probably kind of crushed Stewy a little bit, where he was sort of thought, "Oh, gee, I'm going okay here. Seth's blown. It's my turn to go to the front." And then all of a sudden, Seth's like, "No, that's not happening. I'm in front here." Like,
I'm hoping Stewy pulled out because of injury, not because mentally it was like I can't win. Like, surely it was an injury.
I think it was cramp. That's what I'm getting. That's what we were hearing afterwards from a few people that had talked to him.
Because he looked so good. Like, even because you can't go from looking that smooth to pulling out in 200 meters unless you've hurt yourself.
The crowd wasn't big, but the further that gap got extended, and the longer into the race where Stewy was a shot, and the battle between sort of the new up and comer and the old horse of track and field, the crowd was just bubbling, like, and it just kept getting louder and louder each time they would come past. And a lot of the new crew were about Seth, because that's all they've sort of seen. We haven't seen much of Stewy in Australia. And then the old guard are like, nah, this is Stewy. How good's Stewy coming back? And we know what he's done in the past late in a race. And as soon as he pulled out, it was like someone just popped the bubble. And everyone was just like, oh.
Had a bit of 2019 vibes about it at Box Hill in the dark with Stewy and Pat Tiernan.
Yeah.
Like Pat towed him the whole way, and then Stewy kicked him in the last lap for that Australian record.
We were pumped. Everyone was pumped. I was standing next to Jeff Risley. He was like the most excited man in the country.
I thought the way that Stewy was looking, he'll be able to like close this and win it, and that will hopefully be the spark that he needs to just, because obviously the last 12 months has been, it's been tough for him. Like going from where he's like challenging the likes of Ingebrigtsen to being in, mid-packer, back of the packer in not even high-level races. Like, it's got to be hard for him. And that's when, that's why everyone was so excited on Saturday night, because you're like 6K into this, it's the old Stewy. And I'd be backing Stewy over the last 800 if he's got the legs. And that could hopefully kick fire his resurrection.
Has been training with Jack Rayner in the leader, and they've been really competitive with each other. So they've both been going pretty well. It was going to be, someone said that they thought it would be a battle sort of between those two out there, even like without including other competition, but they would have a tight race together.
I just hope it doesn't dent his confidence anymore. Like, because when we had him on, like there has been talk about him, potentially thinking about hanging up the spikes, and I still just think he's got so much good running left in him. And I think he sort of showed that on Saturday night, despite not finishing, that he's still got a lot left in him.
He did try to get going again too, like, didn't he, Moose? Like, we didn't really see that on the stream, but did he jog a lap after that?
He definitely didn't get going.
Okay.
He jogged 400 meters, stopped again, and he was stopped. Like, so he pulled out about 150 meter mark to go.
Yeah.
And then he had to bloody walk past the entire crowd that was on the in the standing at lane 4 watching, which was a bit rough. Like, everyone's like, oh, yeah, it'd be pretty depressing. Sort of, I'd say he would have been a bit embarrassed having to walk past that crowd after DNFing. Not that he should be, but that's just how he would be, I reckon.
So then 7 laps to go, Stewy's dropped out. You've then got Seth just out in front, and I'm thinking, oh no, like Jack Rayner hasn't featured in this race yet. You can see him and Ed Marks in the background working together. 7 laps is a long way to stay solo out the front there, but he just fought on. He fought on. He grinded the last lap to dip under 28 minutes to run 27.59, which is a 43-second PB for him. Ed Marks did win the battle for second. He actually put 6 seconds into Jack Rayner over the last couple of laps. He was 28.09, and then Jack was third in 28.15. Big race. Ed beating Jack's a big story as well. Did I say last week I thought Jack was probably still gaining fitness after the break he would have had after Melbourne Marathon? Because for him not to respond to Seth's move at all, that just shows me he's probably not ready for it yet.
He did respond. You're saying he didn't respond, but what happened was
Seth, he could respond.
Seth was at the front of the pack, and at this stage, the entire pack was together, and you had Stewy in probably 6th place. Maybe Jack might have been in 9th place. They're quite a ways back, and
I know. Stewy, Seth played him.
Yeah, well,
brilliant strategy from Seth.
They were probably a little complacent in just thinking that it would just tick around like a 10K would.
Yeah.
But Seth's move, like, let's say he sprinted that 10 second in that 100 meters in 13 seconds, right? Or whatever it was. All of a sudden, Stewy and Jack are behind, and they're behind by 10 meters, 15 meters when he goes, and they're having to run around people to try to get to him. Like that's a really hard gap to make up because he doesn't just stop. Like he doesn't just stop and go back to running 68s or 69s. He ticks off 65, 65, 65. So in order for them to get up, they're going to have to run a 62 or a 61 to catch him.
Yeah,
And,
it was
and
a
they're not
brilliant
going to
move.
do that in the middle of a 10K.
I know.
But also, he never really looked like dragging them back in. Like, you could see Jack's facials 4 or 5K in, and he already looked like he was working. So I know, was it last year when, remember Brett made a move and
Jack let him go and then just pulled him
didn't
in.
initially go with
Yeah.
him. And so when Jack's like really, really fit, he doesn't panic, but he's got the fitness to just slowly reel them in. But he never looked like doing that on Saturday night because the gap just kept increasing.
But Seth was running like 65-second laps. So to reel him in, Jack has to run 63s.
Yeah, but Jack's also a minute faster than what they ran.
Yeah. No,
PB.
I don't think he's in that shape. That's like
it was just weird not even seeing him in the race, Jack.
Yeah, well, he felt like he was in the race when we were there. Like it felt like he was in third.
No, on the stream, like he didn't feel like he was in the race at all. Like missed the jump at the start, 2 separate races, and then it wasn't until Stewy pulled out, you're like, okay, Jack will start pulling him in here now. There's Lone out in front. But you could not, it was an absolute clinic from Seth. He needs all the credit he deserves. He ran 25 laps off the front. That's a very hard way to run 10K. Yeah. Strategy, tactics, grit. He was absolutely cooked at the end. Like he absolutely rinsed himself to do that.
And found a bit of a kick as well when he looked like he was pretty well gone with a lap to go.
Yeah. So. And I loved how he just see on the stream, he kind of crosses the line and then runs over to like his coach, and he's got Mona next to his coach there, like Andrew Russell and Mona together. You're like, oh yeah, these guys have strategized this. This is a professional outfit.
Yeah, no, he's got the whole crowd behind him too. Like he's a fan favorite. That's for sure.
Would you say the number one fan favorite in that race?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
I would. The way that I was hearing like the crowd go, and I was hearing like the Go Hawks stuff.
Oh yeah.
Non-stop, and then people were cheering for him, and then the old brigade were loving it, like loving the move. Like he's different to other people that we've seen because he doesn't care, and like he races totally differently to anyone that we've really seen.
They got to get some good footage because you could see on the stream his right-hand man, Sammy, in the blue vest is running around with a GoPro, like running next to him in the infield.
Yeah, good content.
It's going to look good on social media. Junior 3K happened. This was both these were great races. This is the Castella 3K. Alexander Cameron Smith won this in 8:04. The best kick of the night. His guy flew home. I don't know what his last lap was, but he put a bit of time into Lucas Chiz, who a lot of people are talking about as one of the best up-and-coming athletes at the moment. He was second in 8:11.09, and Kieran Shepherd was third in 8:11.35. Scarlett Robb won the women's. She's from New Zealand. She won it in 9:24.88. Imogen Baker gapped the field, and Scarlett didn't even look like getting near her with a couple of laps to go. And she dipped her right on the line, which they were saying on the stream that this also happened to Imogen last year. She got out dipped on the line. So for the last 2 years, she's come second by like photo finishes. So she was 9:24.93. Eliza Lawton was third in 9:32. I reckon Mitch on the microphone, he got Scarlett up. He spent the whole last 150 meters like saying, could Scarlett catch her? Here comes Scarlett. He stitched up Imogen massively with his call because he gave life to Scarlett, making it sound like Imogen was really struggling. And then, got her on the line, which was kind of sad to watch.
How do we feel about that, actually?
Well, I personally think that the athletes would be so focused on what they're doing that they probably don't even hear the announcers at that point in the race.
Yeah, but you'd think it's all a blur to him.
Yeah.
But he I don't know if he even mentioned, he was definitely mentioning Imogen over the last 200, but the story was really, could Scarlett catch Imogen? I reckon Scarlett owes Mitch a slab. That's all I'm saying. But brilliant races there, the up-and-comers to watch. There was an open 3K as well. Alexander Stitt in the new On kit. Did you see this, boys? Maybe a new OAC Oceania member, has come back from college, 8 flat 0.7. Jonathan Harris second, 8 flat 0.79. Will Lewis was third in 8:02. Abby Caldwell in cruise control, 9:17. Zoe Melhuish was second in 9:16. No, that can't be right, Croaks, because second time is faster than first time. Jayla Hancock Cameron was third in 9:23. I'm going to say Croaks the second was like 9:20 as a guess.
Yeah.
This is what Nath Pierce was talking about, this kind of stuff. Moose?
Croaks, mate.
Do you want me to tell you what it was?
No, I want to ask Moose the first question. Moose, is Zatopek dead? DNS's, Isaac Heen, Jimmy Whelan, Holly Campbell, Jenny Blundell. That women's race, like you had 5 quality people that could last for longer than a lap in the lead pack.
Well,
And the big
World
names
Cross,
not showing up as
how
much
long
anymore.
Is World Cross is what, 4 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah,
What?
3 weeks.
There might be
Okay.
there'd be some chat about. Oh well, I know Holly Campbell's focusing on World Cross.
Okay.
So you've got a World Championships coming up, and a 10K on the track is not any walk in the park, and you're wearing a limit
but my question is, it's Zatopek. It's like you would always prioritize Zatopek. So
What,
dot
over
point number
World
1 is like
Championships?
we're starting
Nah.
to lose. I get the marathon lady's not going to be there who raced in Valencia. You're not going to see Brett Robinson there, raced in Valencia. But is it just starting to? Yeah, that used to be that's the number 1 race you circle on the calendar. We're missing a few big names.
That being said, though, Brady, I've always felt like Zatopek, there's a handful of people that are competitive and the rest are making up the numbers. It's been like that for years. And
You see more than
Saturday
5 in the
night-
women's lead pack, though, through 800 metres, though, don't you, Croaks?
yeah,
Maybe not.
But that's what
maybe.
This was our Sunday. This was our long run topic, because Hoffman he said, "Oh well, what's the point in that second pack even being out there in the women's race? Like it's a national championships. Why have them?" And my argument, well, you can't just have the top. You can't just pull
5
the
athletes.
top 3 and just go, "Hey, you guys race. We don't want anyone else." Like
Yeah,
this
That's
you would-
6th or 7th, 8th or 9th in the national championship there. That's stuff
But
you
think
hold
about,
your hat
think
on.
about the
Exactly.
think about the year that you did at Brady. It's like, yeah, there would have been a handful of people that were actually in the race to win it, and then there's a heap of guys that are like hoping to run somewhere between 29 and 29:45. It's always been that way.
That's every competition in the world. That's the Olympics, right? There's some people that will never make it out of the heat, and then there's others that's a formality for them. Like that's competition.
Okay. So don't worry about point number 1 there. Missing a few stars, but that's just how it's fallen this year.
There's reasonable explanations for missing stars. Like you got a world championship cross country. World Cross is way more elevated in prestige than Zatopek is.
And the week after one of the biggest marathons in the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
So they need to look at a different time of the year. Well, tell me about the atmosphere.
Yeah, well, that wasn't great. That felt like a Vic 5K champs.
Yeah, it looked a bit like Vic Milers on the stream.
Yeah, I was shocked at how little the numbers were, and the forecast was pretty bad. Like it did say we were going to get a lot of rain. That never really eventuated. We got a little bit, but not much. But I've been to Zatopek where it's been 3 deep, and you can't get to a spot on the rope. And this, I don't even think they had a rope on the other side of the track. The rope was for a 90-meter stretch, 80-meter stretch only, and you could just walk up to the rope, no problems. And the grandstand was a fifth full, so the people did not get out to support it. It felt underwhelming. And I mean, I went there. The first thing KP and I did, let's go get a beer and we'll sit down. This will be fun.
Here we go.
No beers.
No, surely not. Not even any pure blondes.
No pure blonde. I would have loved a pure blonde, but no pure blonde. And then we're like, all right, we'll get some food. Look over, there's like fucking fried chicken wings and chips and potato cakes and dim sims and acai bowls. And it's like 12 degrees. Oh, it would have been nice to have some good, like we're in it. Food is important, right?
Crazy the drop off though since On dropped it. Like you went from like food trucks, LED
DJs.
screens, DJs, park run, actually community 5K races finishing on the track. You could win prizes if you spin a wheel. I'm pretty sure they had someone doing tattoos at the track last year, the year before.
But that was the on-track nights were awesome, right?
Yeah. But can I just finish? But to have all that happen and go, hey, that was pretty successful. Now we don't have on, like, what things can we independently still keep? They've just gone, nah, drop it all. Like, it feels like it went back 10 years.
Let's go old school.
Yeah. But maybe without, like, you used to have that, maybe I'm just thinking of it wrong, but the old school 10 years ago, it still had a bit more of a vibe than what it looked like on the stream.
Yeah.
They used to bring a few like Africans out, like the fastest, I think
Bruce would do the commentary. There was a lady on the commentary who was like, I know nothing about 10K races. And I'm like, what are you doing this job for?
Like the year, like Menjo came out. I think he ran.
Menjo.
I think he ran the quickest 10K that year.
Galen Rupp.
Yeah.
Rupp come out.
But that's just the state of the sport, really, isn't it? Like, and
No,
especially
there's a running boom.
Yeah, but
you got to capitalize on it.
But yeah, like, it's really diehard fans are the ones that are willing to sit through 2 25-lap races back to back. Like, I loved it. I love sitting on my couch going, how good is this? I get another 10K race now. But most people are like, man, this is boring.
Once they started, we were committed, Croaks.
Yeah.
10K races haven't changed, though. You've got probably the most exciting bloke to run them right now in Seth. And you've got Lauren Ryan, who's made a spectacle, like real rock star behaviour.
Yeah. And Brady, that women's 3K, Abby ran 9:14, Zoe 9:16.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think you can make 10K sexy. Imagine if you said to Seth and Lauren and a couple of the big players who are massive on social media, like, we just want you to give out 50 free tickets to your followers. They'd do that. Like, we'll give you a bit of cash if you can do a couple of like promos on your social media. They're two big stars.
Or just
Jack Rayner, bring 50 of your mates.
I know
give them a few beer tickets.
In order to get people there, it has to be earlier because 9 was it 9:38?
Yeah, something like that.
And they were a little bit late, I think.
Yeah, so let's say it goes off at 9:45. That you're there until at like 10:30 to the end of the races, basically, or at like 10:35. No, a bit earlier than that. But by the time you get out to your car, you're driving home. I mean, regional, I'm in bed at 1 a.m. And there's a lot of people that come from Ballarat, Bendigo, Frankston, like Mornington Peninsula, Geelong, Surf Coast, Hamilton.
Shepparton.
All out there.
That was Zatopek. Croaks, give me some news about the World Cross Country team.
Yes, that was announced during the week. So I'll quickly whip through the whole team. In the women's opens, we've got Caitlin Adams, Holly Campbell, who will be making her senior debut. Remember, Holly got selected for Bathurst and then got injured in the lead-up?
Yeah.
Which was a shame. So it's good to see that she's actually going to put on the green and gold. Bronte Oates will also make her senior debut. Leanne Pompeani, Lauren Ryan, and Morty Skyring. So Morty didn't run the trial and obviously put in an exemption. So good team.
Good team.
And I'm not sure if I mentioned that's Morty's senior debut as well.
Nah. Didn't Morty just go to the World Champs on the track?
Did she?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, now you got me questioning.
No, she didn't. She missed out. Because in the 5K?
Oh, yeah, because we had...
it was the 5K was stacked. She ran the qualifying time but didn't get selected.
Yeah, I told you that, Brady.
I was about to put a slab on that too, man.
All right, in the under 20 women, we got Piper Anderson, Helena Butler, Addison Huslip, Eliza Lawton, Libby Mante, and Isabella Valanotti. The mixed relay team, we got Lyndon Hall, Jess Hull, Ollie Hoare, and Cam Myers. Surely a medal chance there.
Gotta be.
Yeah, some countries won't even send teams to that, will they?
No. Bit more Ollie news after this. Men's Open 10K, Isaac Hayne, senior debut. Ed Marks, Morgan McDonald, Seth O'Donnell, Kai Robinson, and Haftu Strinsos. So pretty much the team that we assumed when we were chatting last week.
No, we didn't. We were banging on that Tommy DeCano was going to get a start, Croaks.
You were.
I was. See these comments on this post as well? I told you they'd come for him.
I was
Really?
confident.
Justice for Tommy showed up and didn't hide, then smacked up Haftu at Valencia.
Ooh.
A trial that isn't a true trial, says somebody else. Justice for Tom, says Matt Hansen. What else we got in here? Maybe that's it. No, there's a few more comments.
So you're not picking Kai Robinson?
Of course you're picking Kai Robinson.
Well, why? He didn't run the trial.
No, but he won. He'd come fourth at the World Champs.
Well, that person that wrote a trial that's not really a trial.
Where is Tom DeCano stitched him up? That was from Thomas Murphy.
I love Tommy, but Haftu finished top Aussie at the last World Cross.
I actually don't have a problem with the team, the 6 people we've got selected. I have a problem with having a trial and only 2 spots available.
Yeah.
As automatic. Let's make
not
4.
Going to encourage people to go.
Let's make 4 or 5 and then you go exemption, or you put in the criteria. You know what? If you've come top 5 at the last world, there could easily be in this. Criteria dot point number 1. If you were our highest finisher at the previous World Championship, cross-country championships, you can put in an exception. If you were top 5,
but no guarantee. Like you can put in an exemption, but no guarantee of making the team because that's a long time between races.
Yeah, okay, but that's got to give you good weighting. And maybe the other one would be if you've been top 5 at the track and field championships in the previous year. So that's So Kai's like, hey, I've got an automatic ticket because I'm top 5 at the 5K at Tokyo. Which is bloody hard to do.
I reckon you could lower that to
make it a top 8. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
What about to get people at Zatopek? Zatopek 10,000 winner gets a spot at the World Cross.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too much difference between those two events where you couldn't encourage people to run Zatopek for that spot.
And then you say to them, so we've got 2 spots, 3 spots, whatever it is, locked away. You now don't need to be top 3, top 4, whatever it is. And top 4 across the line. We're not having any more discretion stuff here. It's just bang.
I'd definitely be happy with top 4. Yeah. Top 4 at the trial.
Top 4 guaranteed. Make the trial an actual trial.
Two discretionary picks.
Has Tommy been listed as emergency if somebody gets injured?
Yeah, I believe he is an emergency. Good. Yeah. Speaking of Zatopek, so that also doubled up, I think, is like Com Games trial for next year. So Seth and Lauren are obviously in the box seat now for the 10K at Com Games.
There's got to be a 10K at the Com Games.
I think so.
Yeah, okay. I just know they cut the marathon, didn't they?
Yeah. And then under 20 men, we've got Harry Boyne, Campbell Brooks, Caden Elliott, Lachlan Moore, Braden Noonan, and Kieran Shepherd. So that's the team.
Interesting that the winner of the Castella 3K wasn't in there. Wonder if he raced.
I'm guessing he probably didn't.
Yeah.
I guess there's a big difference. I suppose if you're on an 804 over 3K, but 3K and 8K is pretty big difference at that sort of age if you're not.
Different athletes.
I think he's pretty new to running as well. The kid that won Alexander Stitt. Oh, not Alexander Stitt, Alexander Cameron Smith.
Yeah.
The Mary Mile, which was in Honolulu, spoke about it last week. So the women, they got a 31-second head start. It was $10,000 for first across the line, and then I think it was $5,000 for second. Sinclair Johnson, she absolutely smashed the other women. She ran 421.86 to cross the line first, beating all the guys. That was a US record, and I think less than 1 second off the world road mile record. Nikki Hiltz was second over the line, 424. Third in the women's race was Susan Ajori Sanders. She was fourth across the line, though, in 426. In the men's, Josh Hoey, he was the top male, coming third across the line, 355. Hobbs Kessler was the next best guy, 356. Yared Nagoose, 357. Geordie Beamish was the fifth male in 358, and Ollie Hall was ninth in 359. So I'm sure Ollie would have been hoping for a little bit more there, but good to see him out racing.
Good rust buster. Hasn't raced in a while.
Yep.
Weird time of the year to be racing. Moose, what news have you got?
European cross country was on. And now it was held at altitude. Where was it held? 7,290 meters. Are you
No,
serious?
that's how far the race was.
distance.
Ah, that makes more sense.
It's real
That would've been-
sandy and stuff, wasn't it? The course looked pretty technical.
Why was it that distance?
That's a good question.
That's a weird distance. Anyway, Nadia Battacletti, the absolute superstar she has turned into from Italy, she ran 24:52. She beat Megan Keith, who I've never heard of actually, from Great Britain, 25:07, and Yasmin Khan from Turkey ran 25:13. This was held in Portugal. In the teams race for the ladies, Belgium beat Great Britain and France third. In the men's, Thierry Ndickamwenayo from Spain. Ndickamwenayo. He ran 22:05. So he's beaten Jimmy Gressier, who's won this race before, 22:08. And Dominic Locanyomo Lobalou from Switzerland ran 22:23. Teams, Spain over Ireland. Oh, wow, good from Ireland there. France third. And in the mixed relay, it was Italy, Portugal, Great Britain.
Go, if you get a chance, go watch the last 150 metres.
Oh, I will. Yeah. Sounds good. Hey, boys, I got to go.
Yeah, you're out.
It's first feed for the night, and I've got to be on schedule. Otherwise, it gets pushed out.
We've got to hit the schedule here, Moose.
So thanks for having me. If you get a chance, try to talk about this Coros Pace 4 because I wore it today. Really enjoyed it, actually.
Listen, a question actually around what watches you use.
Oh, well, there you go. Do you need?
Helps your heart rate, doesn't it?
Oh, I think that's my fitness kicked in overnight.
Isn't the first time you wore it, your heart rate was just like magically lower?
Sleep deprivation, they call it. It works for you.
Is it significantly lower? Because I haven't put mine on yet. Massive thanks to Coros for sending us one of the Pace 4s. But you put it on, you go, wow, this is significantly lighter.
Yeah, well, it is compared to what I'm wearing. So I've got like a 965 or a 970. I think it was a 965, which is a big, big thing, pretty heavy. And when you consider how much we get into the shoe weight debate, it's weird that we pick out probably one of the heavier watches on the market and go, hey, I'm going to race in this thing. Whereas the Pace 4 is actually super light, and it gets lighter if you pick the nylon blend, the nylon band. I went the silicone, but yeah, pretty cool. It's got a big screen, which is what it was sort of lacking. Is now you've got an I think it's called AMOLED, and it looks like a bright phone now, whereas it used to look like it was like an LCD screen. Now it's a high definition, whatever.
It weighs 31 grams with the nylon band.
Oh, you got a nylon band one?
Well, no, that's just what it says in the bottom of the box.
Oh, right, yeah.
Weeks of battery life means you can leave your charger at home.
Anyway, I got to go, boys.
All right, good luck, Moose.
See you later.
Sleep tracker, HRV, all that stuff in there, Croaks. See you, Moose. Good luck with it all. Quick shout out to the Open Run Pro 2 from Shocks. If you're a runner, this is the gear upgrade you've been waiting for. With its open ear design, you can hear your surroundings while staying fully in the zone, safe, focused, and aware. The over-the-ear secure fit keeps your headphones stable through every stride, no matter the pace or distance, while still feeling comfortable for long runs. And with both bone conduction and air conduction technology, you get rich bass and good sound quality. The Shocks Christmas sale is now live with up to 32% off. Go check it out via the link in our show notes and use the code IRP15 for your exclusive listener discount.
All right, bit of other news, Brady. We'll go to Grand Slam track files for bankruptcy. So I'll just read out basically what was said in one of the articles. So at launch, Grand Slam boasted $30 million in funding, headlined by Winners Alliance, which is chaired by billionaire Bill Ackman. A report from The Athletic later revealed that Grand Slam never had $30 million in its coffers, despite marketing itself as fully funded. Grand Slam hosted 3 meets in spring 2025, but abruptly cancelled its fourth and final event in Los Angeles. Initially, the league denied financial troubles. However, league founder and commissioner Michael Johnson later admitted that the sudden exit of a key investor in April 2025 caused a major cash flow issue. Grand Slam secured up to 8 figures in emergency funding this fall. In October, it distributed $5.5 million to athletes, which is half of what they were owed, and attempted to negotiate debts with vendors. There is still an estimated $19 million debt owed, including athlete prize money and operational costs. Johnson has stated that no 2026 season will occur unless all outstanding payments are made. What a debacle.
This has cooked this bloke's legacy, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What's the saddest thing about this is as well that they tried to do something innovative and stuffed it up so bad that now nobody else is going to try to do anything innovative.
Yeah.
And I
think the field athletes have a good gag over it. It's like you guys, they're try to do something without field, and look how that went.
I did hear as well, and I'm just opening Zachary Gates's article because he's from the Wide World of Sports. I'm pretty sure there's some quotes there from Simon Hull, who's the coach of Jess, of course. Yeah, it's frustrating. I'd love to see her get paid because isn't there, I'm not sure if this is confirmed or not, but because they owe so many different, people money, the athletes are pretty far down on that list, and now they've got to ask for that prize money back off them because they've paid out 50% of what they owe them to then pay the people higher up on the list.
I don't know how they can do that though. Once they've actually dished out the money, I don't know if you can ask for it back.
Well, you can ask. I don't know if you can get it.
Yeah, I don't think they can get it. I think that's the whole idea. It's like they've dished out the money, then they've realised they've gone bankrupt, and then it's like, then there's that hierarchy of okay, who's now owed the money? You can't just go back asking for people to give the money back. Like, what if they've spent it?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and they got to feel like the athletes, obviously they miss out on their money, but they've obviously, like, Jess changed her whole season's plans.
Grant Fisher cost themselves medals at the World Champs, I think, because he was racing so early in the season.
Exactly. And it's just, like, we don't do a great job as it is of being a very professional sport compared to, all the footy codes and that sort of thing. And this just highlights that.
Yeah, these are some quotes here from Simon. Obviously, you don't want to see her lose money. It's frustrating. I'd love to see her get paid. She did a lot of promotional stuff for them, which she did. Remember, she came on here, like, giving it a bit of a, she did that off her own back, just being like, oh, I'll come on and talk about Grand Slam.
Especially when we were really, really, really critical. Remember the first meet where all we had was up in the stands?
Yeah. But at the end of the day, if they don't have the money, they don't have the money. You take a risk when you sign up for a new venture. You're hoping that it sort of does what it's talked up to do, but it just didn't deliver at the end of the day. I'm not going to lose sleep over it, and neither is Jessica, because there are too many races and there's too much training, and you don't want to have something in the back of your mind worrying you. She's on the right track. The big goal for us is getting the gold medal in the 1500 meters at the LA 2028 Olympics, and you can't let anything interrupt that. So you've just got to let your agent deal with that. Said more, you wouldn't like to go to work and lose what you owed. You'd be pretty dirty, Simon added. Some may have gone in and they tell you how much you'll earn, and you probably think, well, that'd be pretty great. I could do with this. I can pay a deposit on a house or whatever, and then it just doesn't turn up. Good to see Simon in the media.
Yeah. Maybe we can get him on.
I know. Okay, this makes me more confident. Okay, happy to do print. We can work on him to do some podcasting stuff.
Anyway, that's very disappointing.
You know who's been super quiet through all this? Moose's man, Kyle Merber.
Oh.
He was like the spokesperson, didn't he? Jump ship from Sidious Mag to Grand Slam, and he was recruiting all the athletes and talking about how good it was going to be. And
I wonder if Merber got his money.
Oh, Merber's gone missing.
Yeah. Anyway, if you haven't had drug news for a few weeks, Brady, what do you got?
Well, this name probably means nothing to all the people that are listening, but the AIU has provisionally suspended Hillary Kipchirchir Chep Convoy. He's from Kenya, for the use of prohibited substance method. So this was an ABP case which means athlete biological passport. So they track the bloods over the years, Croaks, and you can see when there's inconsistencies there, and then they suspend them and then hand out a ban at a later date. The big news here is, though, that he is managed by the same manager of Eliza Kipchoge, which is Valentine Truel from Global Sports Communications. Has a PB of an NN running as well, so he's in that group. Has a PB of 58.53 for the half marathon. And I took this from the Times. So their title was "Another member of Kipchoge's training group faces doping ban," which was in athletics. Another member of Ali Kipchoge's elite training group, Hilary Kipchirchir, is facing doping ban after he was provisionally suspended for allegedly using a prohibited substance. Like Kipchoge and Faith Kipyegon, the all-conquering Kenyan middle distance star Chep Kamoi has been coached by Patrick Sang at his training camp in Grgec, Kenya, and clocked a stunning time of 58.53 for the half marathon in Valencia in 2023. It goes on to say it represents another stain on the reputation of Kenyan distance running since the AIU was formed in 2017. 427 athletes have been sanctioned for doping offences, 147 of whom have been Kenyan. So that's not good, Croaks. That's not good at all.
No.
Article goes on to mention the couple of others in that camp who have also been handed down bans, which is Philemon Karashian and Rogers Quimoy. And then it says at the end of the article, both Sang and Kipchoge have consistently spoken out against doping, but once again, athletes associated with them have come to the attention of the AIU. Now, Valentine, when I was over in Paris, they did like a press conference straight afterwards. And I've always I always take an interest in this guy because he's always like in the background. You got to know who you're looking for. The minute you see him once, you'll be like, oh yeah, he was in Faith's Breaking Forward documentary a lot as well. But they put him up on the press conference after the race. So I was like, Patrick Sang, Faith Kipyegon, the lady who designed the stuff that she wore from Nike, another guy from Nike who was kind of in charge of the whole project, and then this manager, Valentine. Not one person asked him a question at all. He sat through the whole press conference. No one asked him a question. But he's the guy. He was on the bike next to Kipchoge that whole Ineos 159.
Yeah, you go to the website and he's like, he's got his own profile on that website.
He's the man. Breaking 2, like he's on the bike next to Kipchoge at Monza and stuff as well. So
what do you reckon though? Like where there's smoke, there's fire. Like you've seen footage of these camps and like people are very, very tight in these camps. And if this doping is like happening over a long period of time and, through the passport and there's changes, surely they know what's going on within the camp. I just feel like it would be too hard to hide that stuff.
Yeah, I think not the excuse. The reason might be that when they're out of the camp is when these things are taking place. But you're naive to think that the camp member, because the camps look it looks like your school camp. You're in the bunk beds together, you're eating together, you're sleeping together, you're having your reading time together. Like it's,
Do we ever see a
this will get swept? I'm surprised the time. This is a pretty serious article that the Times had written. Other than this article, I didn't really see anything else about it at all.
Not a good look though.
Not a good look at all. Thanks to Axel Coffee for this week's running news. Check them out at axelcoffee.com.au. Got any whispers, Croaks?
Somebody that was meant to run Zatopek on the weekend got a niggle?
Oh, no. In the world cross-country team?
No.
Okay. Oh, I think I know who this is.
Yeah.
Big omission in the men's race?
Yeah.
Have you interviewed him recently?
Maybe.
Okay. I don't have a whisper, but I was going to bring out like Brady's training tip of the next 2 weeks. Christmas, families, travel, high stress. If you got 70 minutes in your program and you do 50, all good. If you've got 8x1K and you do 5, all good. Yeah. Don't fry yourself. I said to a couple of my athletes today, I'm like, do not fry yourself over these next 2 weeks.
Yeah. And if you're meant to hit 350 for the Ks and you feel like running 3:55s, 4 minutes,
Yeah.
so what?
If you had a late night a couple of nights before, maybe just look at your heart rate. Don't even turn off your K splits for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of the same thing. Like it's hard down here in Australia because Christmas also coincides with like the hottest time of the year. And for the next like 2 to 3 months down here, like your training paces are never going to look great. And it's really easy to feel a bit disheartened that, oh, I'm not very fit because I'm only running a certain pace when I was running way faster in winter. But it's not until you come out February, or probably March, April, like you are actually fit now. It's just that it's not going to be shown in training because of the weather conditions. So don't try and bury yourself to prove your fitness over summer.
Yeah. And you might even just like look at the calendar, look at your travel for Christmas or the stressful things you maybe got on and just be like, you know what, from Jan 6, it all clears up a bit. So you just circle that date. I want to coast through to Jan 6. Then I'm going to have the energy to launch from there. I don't want to get to Jan 6, trying to fit in all my training, doing all the family stuff, the later nights, the kids waking up at 5 a.m. and then being fried on Jan 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thought that was just worth bringing up tonight.
Got Brady on the loose.
I haven't got anything. Nah. I'll save that one. Nah, I'll save that. Don't want to get in any more trouble. I reckon we make next year, Croaks, 2026, just a year we don't get in trouble. Like let's try to reduce our enemies in 2026. Could be a good thing to do. Reduce our enemies, but just stay honest. What about listening?
I think you're always going to have some enemies though, or people that don't like you.
Yeah, but it's hard to be an honest podcast. Like you could reduce your enemies, but then you're probably not being true to yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I'd prefer to be true to myself and have enemies.
All right, listen to question.
Yeah.
All right, it's proudly brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. And speaking of watches, Joseph Robinson asks, what running watches do you use / recommend?
So I use the Garmin 965, which Garmin sponsored the show a couple of years ago. Very good watch. I think it's pretty expensive, this watch. The screen's very bright. The data, I slept with it for a while, Croaks, a couple of years. Remember when I got that 100 sleep score?
Yeah, I was doing it. I was wearing it a little bit as well.
Yeah. Did you ever get 100 though?
No, I think 99.
HRV. And then I got sick like 2 weeks before Chicago Marathon. It was starting to freak me out. So I just turned all that data off. This watch does a whole lot of things that I don't use it for. I pretty much use it as a heart rate monitor and a stopwatch when I'm jogging. It's got music. It's got all that kind of stuff. Really, really good watch. Touch screen, flick between it. It's a brilliant piece of running stuff. And then Coro's just sent us this week what Moose was talking about before, the Pace 4, which I actually haven't taken out of the box yet. So, but yeah, I think
you got to put it together. First watch I've ever had to put together. Yeah, the band comes separate to the watch face. It's easy to do. It's actually a really good setup.
What color did you get?
I got black.
Yeah, I got black. I should mention the Garmin one I got white, which I'd never had a white watch before. Yeah. I probably just could get a new black band for that white watch though too, couldn't I? Get the black and white going, Croaks, mate. Collingwood colours.
You're like me though, Brady. Like some of these fancy watches, there are so many things you could use it for, but we don't. Like I'm literally like my Garmin 965. It's for distance, pace, heart rate, and to listen to music.
Actually, I have once or twice before when I've done I remember doing a 3-hour long run in Bendigo and I put the map on my watch. Like I pre-planned it, synced it to my watch and it would tell me like when to turn through the bush and stuff. That was pretty cool to be able to do that.
I actually first time I used that was like yesterday for when we go camping. I've put a couple of, even though I've sort of already studied the maps a bit, just put a couple of like mapped a few courses myself and sent it to my watch. But I've never used it in the past.
Yeah.
But I like the music function on the 965 because it does just like you can sync up your Spotify playlist.
Yeah, so Coros you can't link up Spotify.
No, you basically need to you need to hook it up to your computer and then put MP3 files on. But like who
MP3s.
who has MP3 like files of music these days? You used to
Yeah.
back in the day download songs, but now it's
Yeah, okay.
yeah. So I don't know what do you reckon.
Surely you can't connect it to like Apple Music
No,
or something.
we can't sync it to like your Spotify like you can with the Garmin.
But I'm wondering, so you think Garmin probably have that connection
Yeah.
with
So
with Spotify?
yeah.
I wonder if Chorus hasn't. Oh no, music drag to the folder.
Yeah. The other watch that I have been using, so I use basically at the moment Garmin for my outside runs, mainly for the music function. But when I'm on the treadmill, I've always used the Coros because what's awesome about the Coros watches is they have a treadmill setting where you can actually, in your watch, set what speed the treadmill's going. And then it will obviously give you accurate laps for if you're doing 3-minute reps and the treadmill's at 17K an hour, then you know what distance you're getting, as opposed to, if you don't have a foot pod and you're just using the watch, you could be running 345 kilometer pace and it'll tell you you're running 430s. So your splits are all out. The awesome thing about the new Coros is, so the old Coros used to just go up in 0.5 increments, so like 17K an hour or 17 and a half, whereas now you have 17, 17.1, 17.2, 17.3. And so I used to always do all of my sessions in the 0.5 increment. So if I'm doing 3-minute reps, I'm either doing them at 17K an hour or 17.5K an hour because it hooked up to the watch. Whereas now I can do 17.3K an hour and set it up in my watch. That's pretty cool.
That's what we're rolling there. Good question though. Who asked that?
Joseph Robinson.
Joseph Robinson. Thanks for listening, Joseph. That was the listener question. That was brought to you by Precision Fuel and Hydration. Visit precisionhydration.com and use the code IR-Spring 2025 for 15% off your first order. If you're not sure about that code, you can't remember it, just check our website after that. What's coming up, Croaks? The LB Thomas Mile and the 5K, which is going to feature our man, Cam Myers, in our under 20 Australian record attempt.
Hopefully, yeah. Yep.
We got field yet for the mile? Is it on Thursday night?
Oh, no, it's Saturday.
She's getting close to Christmas.
I don't think this.
No field yet.
Check.
Vic Milers is also going to happen. They still hand out the wrestling belts if they win up there.
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah, they'll keep that tradition. They usually have a stream too, which would be good.
Yeah, they often do. I know Cam came down from the mountains last Tuesday, and it was like stinking hot here. And he did a 3K, pretty much at 5K pace. I think he ran like 802, 3K, dodging people at the AIS on like a 35 degree day. Oh, I think he had Rory Hunter on the bike.
Okay.
And maybe Archie, who trained with Jess Hull this season. I think he may have done 1,200 or something.
Yep. Another thing to keep a lookout for, we've got our voting form going out over the next couple of days for our 2025 Inside Running Podcast Australian Running Awards. Just looking at last year's Croaks, just over 2,000 people voted last year. Athlete of the Year, who Jess Hull won that. Second was Andy Buchanan last year. 2024 Performance of the Year. Jess Hull also won that with her Olympic silver medal. Andy Buchanan, second with his national record. The best race you enjoyed in 2024. That one was the Women's Olympic Marathon. Pipped the men's 1,500 metre final at Paris. There's most improved athlete that you'll get to vote on. Athlete to watch in 2025. What excites you about 2025? Oh, this is interesting looking at some of this stuff. A lot of Sydney Marathon. You know how many people put Grand Slam track in here? There's a lot of Grand Slam track, World Championships, Andy Buchanan. Probably hasn't really landed this year, has he? A lot of Andy stuff in here. Had London Marathon, but DNS, the other two marathons he was going to run. Your favourite shoe of 2024? That will be interesting. That'll be really interesting to see what wins that. Favorite interview of 2024? Ooh, what's going to win that?
I don't know. I find these it's always skewed to more recent things. Like people forget what you did back in January, February, March.
I should. So people typed in their answer. I'll put that actually. I don't know. I'm saying that's going to be a big job if I'm going to have to type in every answer. And favourite Inside Running podcast moment of 2024 there as well. What's going up, Croaks, between now and next week?
Actually, we're doing our Mulligan's Handicap Friday evening. Potentially a short course this year because the forecast is looking hot. So we normally do it Saturday morning, but just because of Valencia Marathon, I wanted to push it back as far as possible this year. But Saturday the 20th is getting really close to like Christmas, so we're doing it Friday afternoon, and then we're heading off camping Saturday.
32 degrees. Friday for you.
Was it 32 now?
32. It's actually a late change coming through. It's going to be 28 at 6 p.m.
Okay, that'll be all right then. It was going to be like 36.
I think it's 40 here on Thursday. 40 here Thursday and then 38 Friday.
You're right.
That's what's cooking me coming back too. You're going for these easy jogs and you're like, they're not easy because it's like hot.
Yeah. So you'll be right if I have a week off next week, boss?
Yes. Is that the first week you're going to miss ever?
No, I've missed weeks before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. And then I'll be back for the, I guess, the end of year show.
It could just be me next week. If Moose's life's going to get way harder between now and, like, he's still in this honeymoon phase, I reckon. The twins have been home for 24 hours. This is fun.
Get the Albie Thomas Mile champions or get Cam on after he breaks the Aussie under 20 5K record.
Yeah, well, Leanne and Ali are both on the road to Sydney, so they've ticked that off. Can't get them. Yeah, leave it with me. Maybe if some people start writing back to me, I'll be right.
What about you, Brady? What's happening this week? 2
days left of school, Croaks. Thursday, Friday. Got a bit of a Christmas party Friday night. Break up for school. That will be fun. Running every single day of the week. Olivia's birthday will be sometimes this week. Then Christmas stuff. I'm a bit over it, to be honest, Croaks. Just Christmas parties. You know what? No one ever tells you as a parent as well. The birthday parties.
Oh,
mate, birthday parties. 2 hours every Saturday, Sunday. Drop the kids there. Stay for a while.
Lily had 3 the other Saturday.
We had 3 over the weekend. 3 in one day.
3 in one day. Oh. Two were on at the same time, so she had to decide.
Got to buy presents.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not much fun. But anyway, bigger problems than that in the world at the moment, Croaks.
Yeah.
All right, have a good night. See you later.
See you, mate. Bye.
The Open Run Pro 2 from Shocks is here, featuring a stable, comfortable, open-ear design made for running. The Shocks Christmas sale is live now. Check it out via the link in our show notes and use the code IRP15 for your discount.